Hey, good people, I'm back. Good morning. It's morning for me. A good day to you. I was sun gazing and sunbathing and picking my weeds to eat. Weeds make up the greens in my diet as a raw vegan eater. I eat my weeds. Um, so yeah, that's what makes up the greens in my diet. This and sprouts and microgreens. Anywho, I wanted to talk about something that I've heard over and over and over again from various sources, various people, and it touches on ethical veganism. Because veganism, um, one of the core principles is to do no harm to animals, right? Or to do no harm. I'm really not sure. I don't study the vegan movement. I don't really consider myself vegan, even though I don't eat animals and I don't eat insects. I really don't consider myself vegan. Um, but for ease of explaining things to people, I just say raw vegan. Anywho, there's a concept that I wanted to address that I hear over and over again. That's the baby knocking on the door. She wants to come out, but you see why I do these things in the car? Anywho, so it's something I want to address, and it's this phrase I hear, or this thing I hear over and over again from people. I don't know if they're doing it intentionally or unintentionally, but they say what they say is, oh, we now know after looking at studies that plants, we hurt plants when we take their leaves, or we hurt plants when we cut them. And this is either an intentional or an unintentional misunderstanding of energy, and it's a misunderstanding of just the way your reality is constructed, right? And you misunderstand even yourself when you if this is what you're thinking. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. Yes, when you pick a plant, okay, is a plant conscious? Yes, a plant is conscious. A plant has consciousness, okay? A plant has knowing. A plant has innate knowing, okay? So yes, a plant is deeply, deeply, deeply conscious, and it is intelligent, all right? Now, when we think of intelligent, we think of it in our terms, right? We don't understand that there is another intelligence that is not brain intelligence. That's how we calculate intelligence, is by calculating, but we don't understand that there's a different type of intelligence, and this is intelligence that the plant is closest to. Okay, the plant is closer to this intelligence than we are, because the plant does not have to think how to do the things that it does. It just does it without any concern, without any worry, without anything. It just knows. It sits in knowing, okay? And this is the intelligence that the plant is tapping into, the deeper non-physical intelligence that the plant is tapping into. The plant is in a different kingdom. The plant is in the plant kingdom. Animals are in the animal kingdom. There's a huge difference between the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom. The plant kingdom, we interpret reality through a mechanism called our central nervous system. Plants do not have that. Plants can respond to stimulus, okay? They can release chemicals, they can release enzymes. They have a communication system, right? To communicate with other plants and to communicate with the earth, with the soil, to communicate with each other. Okay, so this is what I mean when I say the plant is intelligent, okay? But the plant does not process stimuli the way we do. The way animals process stimuli is through the central nervous system. And the central nervous system is your nervous system is the way you translate non-physical into physical. This is not what the plant does. The plant does not process via a conduit called the central nervous system, okay? And so a plant does not interpret stimulus the way you and I interpret stimulus. And so the plant reacts to the stimulus very differently from the way you and I react to stimulus. If you and I cut off an arm or cut off a leg, or if you cut the arm off of an animal, it doesn't grow back unless it's a salamander. okay? It doesn't, and usually it's the tail, it doesn't grow back, okay? Because you and I are interpreting things, stimulus, differently than the plant does. Can we evolve to do it? If we activate certain parts of our DNA, sure we can. But right now, where we are in our evolution, we don't do it, okay? Now, like I'm saying, the plant does not interpret stimulus the way you and I do, or the way the animal kingdom does. The plant kingdom does not interpret stimulus in that way. So it doesn't feel pain, okay? It doesn't feel distress, okay? We use these words to interpret from with our limited language and our limited understanding, all right? And even in me explaining this to you, I am limited in my explanation to you, all right? But the plant does not interpret it as stress, as a negative or a bad thing. It is just something that it responds to, and it knows how to respond to it immediately. The plant will grow the leaf back. It'll regrow, unless it's in its dying phase, right? Or unless you did something where it couldn't recover, okay? Some plants, you do things, it's hard to recover. The plant, it's hard to recover. And in some instances, the plant just went deep into itself, right, to regroup and come back. Because a lot of times you see all these chemicals and things that you guys are spraying that's killing you, and it's really not killing the weeds. The weed goes away for a little bit, but it comes back. It comes back to life. It'll find a way. It'll go down in the dirt. It'll pull itself together in its root system, and it will come back some other way, shape, or form. Do you not see weeds growing through the cracks of cement? If we don't maintain buildings, the weeds and the plant kingdom will overtake it. This is how deeply embedded consciousness and life is embedded into the plant kingdom. So unless you're doing something specifically to harm the plant, you know, a plant is gonna retreat into itself and come back in some way, shape, or form. Now, what I'm addressing here is, like I said, the notion that a plant, that their response to stimulus is pain or distress. It is not. It is not. It does not interpret reality the way we do in the plant kingdom. You have to understand that the central nervous system is what separates animals from the other kingdom. It's how we interpret our non-physical reality. It's how we interpret stimulus. It's how we translate and understand. Hey, little one. It's how we understand our non-physical reality. It's how we bring it into this reality. Is through the central nervous system. Okay, and that matters. That matters a great deal because it gives you this false premise that, oh, all energy is energy and we have to convert it anyway. It's all going to be converted into energy. That's not true either. That's because you don't understand that there are levels. Just like I'm telling you that there's a separation between the animal kingdom in the physical, okay, in the physical, right? In the end, the progenitor, the core energy is the same, but there are layers in this system, okay? There are layers in this system that people who are in the new age don't want to acknowledge because they feel like it's a limit, right? But you have to understand that you are in a dimension, you are operating within a matrix, okay? Whether good or bad, you can interpret good or bad. I'm not giving you that interpretation. What I'm telling you is there's layers to this shit. And there are even the laws are tiered and layered, okay? The laws that exist and govern this density does not govern the universal, does not govern the universal reality or existence, okay? You have, for instance, if you look at things mechanically, you have Newtonian law, right? And we thought Newtonian law was everything, right? These are the laws that Isaac Newton discovered, laws of gravity, things like this. Now we've moved into quantum mechanics, okay? And Newtonian laws must submit themselves to quantum mechanics. All right, well, quantum mechanics has to submit itself to quantum physics. All right, well, quantum physics has to submit itself to a deeper law and a deeper law and a deeper law, okay? When I say hierarchical, when I'm going up, really it's going deeper, in, deeper. Okay, so there's a hierarchy to the laws. All right, and the reason why I'm explaining this is because I'm really trying to explain that there is a difference between the two. There's a difference between the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom. Okay, so there's I was talking about the point of conversion of energy, because it's another thing I hear all the time too, is that it's all energy. It doesn't matter if you we all come from the same one. No, you're in a dimension that has laws. There's rules to the game that you're in. There's rules to the matrix that you're in. And so yes, the energy is all the same, but the information is different. The information that it imparts is different. And so it does matter what you eat. It does matter what you do matters. Okay, because you are in an action oriented game. Okay, it must come from somewhere else first, but it is not separate. It matters. So what you eat matters. Okay, I am not going to be one of those new agers or one of those telling you it doesn't matter, it's all going to convert. No, it does. And if you really believe it doesn't, then go eat shit on a stick and tell me how you feel. Bless your shit on a stick. Pray over it. Know that the universe is going to make it all okay. And eat shit on a stick. And do it for a long period of time. And tell me how you feel. And tell me it doesn't matter. It matters. It does matter. Because shit on a stick carries different information, a different vibration. It carries a different frequency. The electrons spin a certain way. It resonates with certain information. Like I said, the physical, things are being pulled into this reality, and it's translated in a certain way. Okay, I'm coming, baby. I'll let you in a second. It's translated in a certain way. So it matters. The information matters. And so you are imparting information or impressing information onto your vessel, right? Onto your avatar, onto your body, which is of this matrix, right? The atoms came together here on this dimension. Okay, the atoms came together on this dimension. And so you are impressing certain information on your avatar when you eat certain foods. You are communicating to your avatar. Your avatar does not really, like I said, your central nervous system is the way you interpret the reality, right? When you eat, you impress upon that. You impress the information upon that. And so your avatar is going to collect that information and function based on the information that you are giving it, meaning it's translating the information that you are impressing on it, feeding it, feeding it, feeding it, feeding it, feeding it, feeding it, touch, feeding it. You are feeding the avatar certain information. Okay, when you eat a certain way, when you put yourself in a certain light, when you breathe certain air, when you think certain thoughts, when you listen to certain things, when you listen the sound vibration, you're interpreting the sound via the central nervous system. You interpret it and you feed it to the cells, and the cells pick that up and it carries out its functions based upon that. Are we understanding what I'm saying, or am I just talking gibberish? I really hope I'm not speaking gibberish, and I don't mean to offend those that think that they're spitting or giving you certain information when they tell you, oh, it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter, the plants, you inflict pain. No, you do not inflict pain. Pain is how we interpret things based on our central nervous system. Pain is how the animal kingdom interpret things based on its central nervous system. Okay, the plant does not interpret reality the same way you do. Okay, the fruit falls from the tree. That's not painful. It falls from the tree. It gives. It's a part of a certain cycle. The leaves from the tree fall off and come back. That's not pain. That's a part of a cycle. When you cut the grass, it regrows. It regrows. It comes back. It retreats. It pulls in. It communicates within itself, and it adjusts itself based on the external stimuli. That is a very different thing from interpreting reality through a central nervous system that you're using to think, right? And to pull in thoughts. That's different. All right. So I hope that helped. If you guys need more explanation, let me know. I hear people crying and screaming and acting like somebody's being killed. So I got to go. All right. Love you guys. Bye.